Well, Turbo sends his mom, Nani, packing, and then goes on to disown his new daughter, hulk-esha. Devon and Wes get together and they make it happen and they get in the tribunal tonight. And we got an elimination cliffhanger, of course. Episode 12 coming right at you.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hey, thanks for tuning in, guys. Welcome, it's AfterBuzz TV. It's your after show for the challenge War of the Worlds. It's episode 12, Lost in Translation tonight. It's just the two of us tonight. It is Jenna Bussiere, and to my left is Dan Lindgren.
That's me. I'm here.
What up?
Hi, everyone.
We're going to be missing Pam, and we're going to be missing David, but we're going to hold it down for you guys. Going to talk about everything episode 12. We're going to get into this Ninja and Turbo fight. Don't you worry. This very just gripping elimination from tonight had us all on the edge of our seats that we were not taped onto.
I know. I was stuck to my seats.
We were stuck to our seats, just full force paying attention to this elimination. The challenge of the day, really good, we'll get into, and then we'll have some predictions on where we think this cliffhanger is going.
What's Paulie gonna do?
Oh my God, what is Paulie gonna do? Is Paulie gonna jump into elimination and end this whole weird flirtation thing with Kyle once and for all? I mean, he said, if this is an elimination where I can get my hands on Kyle, he's gonna take this opportunity.
Clearly, he's supposed to be in there.
He can't wait to get his hands all over Kyle.
Yes.
So stay with us, and then we got some news and gossip coming at the end too. So be along on the ride. Before we get into everything, overall thoughts, episode 12.
Yeah, all right.
You're giving me a very mischievous smile right now.
The producers are like, yeah, let's break up these teams and have everyone be individual. And yet everything in this episode tonight was relying on a partner. What are we doing here?
Especially the elimination sucked.
And the elimination was absolute hot garbage.
Yeah.
It was trash.
I see what you're saying, but they do this every time. It's like the duel or free agents. Like, you're going to have these challenges where you have to be partnered up with people. That always happens.
It was just so funny, though. They made a big deal out of everyone's on their own, but then they continue to keep partnering things going. Like, just leave them all together then. Why switch it up?
Yeah, like they just announced that and they said, it's this huge twist. Guess what? You're finally on your own. The very first challenge.
You're back with a partner.
Is with a partner, which I don't mind as much, but you're right about the elimination. The elimination was ridiculous, how it really depended on whoever you chose to be your ally.
And you could have done that challenge individually. But they love the drama of having two people paired up, and boy, did they get that with Ninja and Turbo tonight. So it worked.
All right, what else, though? What are your other overall thoughts?
Did
you like the episode?
Yes and no. Well, see, that's a lame-ass answer, but I
Middleman Dan.
Well, I just have to say that the eliminations might be the worst elimination I've ever seen in the challenge history.
And that's point blank period.
It was just so bad. I did this game when I was a kid. My buddies and I would just tie each other with ropes and say, all right, who can get out the fastest? Like, what were the producers thinking? They were just like, it's the end of the season, maybe. And the weirdest thing is they teased us with this elimination last week, like it was going to be this crazy elimination, like they're in electric chairs or something. No, we just have duct tape. And who knows how strong that duct tape was.
Well, now we know where Johnny and Theo got the tape for the Amanda Tapegate.
God. Yeah, well, they had a lot lying around. Well, they really... Extra, yeah.
They were really trying to make tape work this season, one way or the other. So that's why you didn't like it. Why did you like it?
Because a lot of the cast members that I don't usually like, I started to fall in love with tonight. I was loving Day and Wes together.
Yes.
So I was loving Day, and everything Theo said tonight was so spot on. Like when Paulie gets mad at him for picking car, he's like, dude, it's a game, man. Relax. I'm like, exactly. Theo, you're getting it, man. And then, there's more about him. I don't want to skip ahead too much, but yeah.
It wouldn't be an episode without Cara and Paulie doing something to irritate all of us, whether it's like them being
I love you thing, or
a gushy couple in the corner, or being like an annoying couple that
don't pick my girlfriend.
Yes, like they're so middle school. Everything about it is like, this is my hot superhero baby boyfriend.
Yeah.
Don't take my girlfriend. I wanted to pick my girlfriend. Every time they just always do something to get under our skin. It wouldn't be an episode of the challenge without that.
It wouldn't.
I did not like the elimination, obviously, and we're going to get into the thick of it in a second. But overall, I still really enjoyed this episode.
Yeah.
I thought the challenge was really good. I loved the challenge, even though maybe it wasn't the most head-on, exciting competition to watch. I still think it was, though. I still think it was extremely entertaining, and I think it was more of seeing the personalities clash and the dynamics of the groups that I love. Like you said, Wes and Day, them coming together. I was hysterically laughing the whole time.
It was so good.
That was like the match made in heaven. We needed this matchup, this partnership. And they killed it.
And it was just so surprising to see like what teams thought they were not going to win, and then they actually won. And like Turbo was shouting that from the bell tower the whole time. Like, relax, we got this. It was really fun watching what they had to pick up too. They tried to pick refrigerators and like ovens. I'm like, this is awesome. I want to pick up heavy stuff. Yeah, it was great. They were really challenging themselves.
Yeah, the challenge is great, and then I think Ninja is kind of crazy, and I mean, she was apologetic, but we're gonna get into that. And then Dee's trying to slide in. It's like a whole mess. It's like those two against everybody else in the house. But let's take it from the top, shall we?
Yes.
So let's go into this elimination even more, I guess. We'll spend a little bit more time on it and really dive deep into this.
Yeah.
So we make it back to the episode. We see it's the killing floor. It's left on this cliffhanger. Georgia, who's she gonna pick? She's weighing the options between Ninja and Nani, and she's gonna go Nani because Nani has not worked out this entire season, has not really proved that she's ready for this, and then Ninja is obviously an American ninja warrior, so that's the situation there. She chooses Nani. Nani is pissed, but her head, for Nani, I think Nani can be very explosive, but she's still maintaining her emotions a little bit better than I thought she would.
She really did. Even at the end when she lost, she just kept everything very chill.
Like,
it was very interesting.
Like, she's wanting to get riled up, and like her face is turning red. You can almost see smoke coming out of her ears, but she kind of keeps it together. But this freaking elimination. So they get down, and TJ explains the game to them, and they basically have to pick anybody else, any partner they want from the bleachers to come down and tape up their opponent, and then you bust out of the tape.
Yeah.
Why was this ever an elimination? Because I was trying to think, all right, it's Georgia and Nani. Were they trying to make this like an equal playing field? Because these two girls are similar in stature.
Yeah.
I think Georgia maybe has more stamina, but I think Nani is just as much as a fierce competitor as her. It's like they could have done something physical.
Better. Yeah.
They could have done, or a puzzle. See if Georgia's good at puzzles, if she can use her brain and her intellect well.
Yeah.
But I'm just sitting there like, would this have been a good elimination for anybody? Like, would Wes versus Theo be good?
No.
Would a Turbo, like, this elimination just sucked, right? This
How do
game.
you categorize this? I can't even pronounce the word properly.
Categorize
this elimination. Like, what was it? It wasn't a puzzle. Was it? It wasn't like, was it strength? I don't know what this was. It was sitting in a chair, and they hyped it up for 2 episodes, and I couldn't believe that this is what they came up with. This is interesting. I don't like that. I don't know what the rules were, but Nani sat very still and let Turbo do whatever he wanted to her. Georgia, I get that she's yelling, and I like that. I like her trying to get Wes riled up. But she's doing this with her arms, and I'm sorry, but you can't get duct tape as tight if she's loosening it before Wes even gets it on there.
And you should be really sorry.
So I don't know what's going on with. I don't think I like fair eliminations. It didn't feel fair to me.
Yeah, I agree with you.
It felt weird.
I love Georgia. And
me too.
She did get into Wes's head, and Wes kind of looked like a fool for that. Like, Wes, you're an OG, you're a veteran, you're seasoned. Yeah. Don't let her do this to you. Like, don't let her see that she's winning, because she's just going to keep going even louder and even more annoying than her last yell, because you're visibly, everybody sees that you're
and Wes is saying, stop moving. What do you are you allowed to like move? And then the producers, no one ever stepped in or anything. Finally, Nani does make one jerk in her chair, but her arms are already tied at that point. I will say this. I do still feel that Georgia would have won either way, because Turbo is insane. Did you see the speed at which he was a machine? And the fact that he like worked on an airplane and had to tie up some guy that was highly on drugs or something, that makes it even better.
We're fabricating this story. We're playing telephone with this story, because the way he describes it is like, you don't know where this is going. We have to rewind it 3 times, because I looked down to write a note, and I was like, wait, what was he, like a flight marshal or something? Was this a terrorist? Like,
I don't know.
What happened in this situation that this is not his first time?
He tied up some guy.
Experience. But we rewinded it, and I guess it was some guy was just high on drugs on a flight.
And he was freaking
or
out.
He was spazzing out. And somebody went to Turbo and was like, Turbo, please. They must have recognized him from Survivor or something.
I don't know.
They're like, please, Turbo, we know you. You can do this. And Turbo did the damn thing, and he got the job done, and he got this guy tied down to the chair on the flight. But yeah, he was not holding him back against his mom, Nani.
His mom,
They're no longer blood. Turbo
Yeah.
has a lot of family issues this episode.
I think that Georgia would have won either way. I just wish it was a little more fair with the... I just really felt that Georgia was really moving those arms, and I didn't like that. So
It was unfair only to Nani.
Right.
Because, well, she did pick Wes to be the person that tied Georgia down.
Right.
So it always goes back to her. It was her decision. But I think that was a good call. I would think Wes would be so good at this because how many seasons has he done this? And he's so, this is where he's strong because he thinks things through and he's, good at the mind games. But he really, he botched it for her.
Yeah, and it's weird because overall, Wes has nothing to lose, so he's not really going to be nervous doing this. I mean, someone else's fate's in his hands, but he's not even, he's still going back up. He's still staying in the game, so I'm sure, Wes did not do well. And, if Wes had just maybe grabbed her by the wrist, but then he can only has one hand to pull tape. Duct tape does not come off that easily. I mean, but Turbo spinning machine. So that was Turbo did it. Yeah.
Yeah, Turbo. That was a good call of who to tie up. I thought it was a bad call in the beginning because I was like, well, that was Nani's
partner,
son.
but Turbo was just playing the game.
Her love, exactly. He's gonna take it easy on her. No, he doesn't. His integrity. Who said it? Oh, David loves Turbo's integrity, so David should be here right now. He loves how he plays the game so fair. Such a challenge purist. Georgia beats it in 2 seconds. And bada bing, bada boom. Thank God this elimination's over.
You know what's crazy? If this elimination was awful, but why didn't they at least once they got untied have to solve a puzzle or something? That way it would have got the craziness up because what if Georgia couldn't solve the puzzle? Nani finally gets out and then she still has a chance and it still has a little drama to it. But it's like Georgia's, I'm out.
Yeah.
Where do I go? Do I ring a bell? No, you just stand there and you win. Get outside the rope circle.
Yeah.
So lame. Worst elimination I've ever seen on the challenge. Has to be. I can't think of a worse one.
I think it's for sure one of those that the producers they're probably in the van watching it live, being like, well, this was not our best one, guys.
They test these
We really
out,
didn't
though,
do well this time.
I don't know. And I wonder how much time they gave them to tape them up too.
It was almost as bad as the basket case one with Kayla and Marie. Remember that when they were stuck in baskets and Marie could not get out of this damn hamper for her life. That's what I felt like this
A wicker
was.
basket of some kind, right? Yeah, it was good.
These are the transcendent eliminations. All right, so done with that. Let's move on. We're going to get into the challenge of the day.
Right.
Before we do...
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my God.
Hey, everybody watching us. I want to thank you for watching us tonight, and thank you for making us the ESPN of TV Talk. If you want to give us a thumbs up or subscribe, that would be great. Or give us a 5-star rating on iTunes. We'd really appreciate it. And leave us a comment in the comment section because we love those. Being here at AfterBuzz means the world to us. We love being here. We love being able to talk to you. Thank you so much for the support, and enjoy the rest of the show. Back to you, Jenna.
Woo! All right, so challenge of the day is Day of Reckoning.
Yeah.
Day of Wrecking.
Right, reckoning. Oh, reckoning.
I think it's wrecking.
Yeah.
I think we're taking it from Final Reckoning.
I wrote reckoning,
we just
but
always assume.
There you go. Yeah.
So they're in this junkyard.
Yeah,
they have to do a very long run. It's probably not a mile. What do you think it is?
I don't know what it...
500 feet or something?
I don't know, quarter mile? It could have been as long as they're making it sound.
Up and down a hill, but in the hot desert on some sand, they got to run.
It can't be as long as you think because they have to drag stuff through sand.
Yeah.
And that's heavy stuff, so yeah.
They got to run from a dumpster to a junkyard, pick up all the junk they can in either by themselves with their arms and stuff or wheelbarrows or whatever body limbs they have available, and then they run back. And it's not how many trips you take, it's not how fast you do it, it's how heavy the
weight,
the garbage is at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So, I love how they pick. I love how they end up picking the team. So the guys get chosen at random, and then the guys choose the girl.
And that's fair because it's a guy elimination day.
And was TJ picking out of a hat? Wasn't it supposed to look like he was picking out of a hat?
I don't know what he was doing, but he was shouting out names.
I think he was supposed to be picking out of a hat, and thank God that Theo got called before Paulie.
Yeah.
Because the entire time Paulie's prefacing the situation.
My girlfriend.
No one better take my girlfriend. I want my girl on my team. And the first thing Theo does is I'm taking my partner back. I'm picking Fakara.
First come, first serve.
Yes, Theo, thank you.
It was great. I loved it.
Yeah, his little temper tantrum. Hunter picks Maddie, and we both like looked at each other.
Yeah, because we've never seen Maddie with the endurance, and that was the one final thing we haven't really seen her perform at yet. But they didn't really show her performing badly. I think all the teams performed okay. I just think that some had bigger. And like someone was saying, it doesn't matter how many trips you make, just bring back the heaviest crap. You can make less trips.
So it's Paulie and Georgia, then it's Kyle and D. Turbo picks Ninja, which we see goes south real quick. We'll get into. And then Wes
is stuck
so sour.
with the last person.
He's such a sour grape about this. And I love Davon. She thinks it's hysterical and is just laughing in his face like, I control your fate now. BTW, I also have asthma and I have an inhaler, so get ready.
It's interesting because they show that clip before this a challenge of Day talking with Georgia, saying that they both want to eliminate Wes.
Yeah.
So right when I see them get together, I'm like, oh, Day's just going to throw the challenge.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, I'm like, well, it's a guy's elimination day. Day doesn't have anything to lose here. The only thing she would lose is just getting the chance to go to the tribunal and vote someone else in. Mm-hmm. But Wes is her partner, so wouldn't matter anyways. So I was like, oh, maybe Day won't even try and really mess with Wes. But as we saw, they actually won.
I can't believe they made it into the tribunal.
It was like midway through the challenge, Day had like a talking head moment where she was like, I see how hard Wes is trying and how much he wants to win, and I respect that and I want to be a part of that, and I love that.
Yeah. And again, it's not how fast you're doing it or your endurance, it's just making sure you get the heaviest stuff.
And Wes definitely was
your dumpster.
Yeah.
But I guess it's also the edit. We're not there, so we wouldn't really know what they're pulling. But the way it looked, I was like, there's no way they're getting the tribunal. I mean, Day's like huffing and puffing on her inhaler. It didn't look like Wes was carrying anything more than...
Right, and that's all done on purpose by the producers, and it's not our fault for not knowing that because it was really just a smorgasbord of nonsense that whole time. It was nonsense. We didn't know what they were carrying half the time. Paulie had a sack. How did he get a sack to pull stuff?
Where did he get a parachute from?
He got like a backpack to carry stuff, and then Turbo at one point had a rope like tied around his neck, hanging off a car door. I'm like, where did he get a rope?
It was Ninja at one point. He had Ninja with like. What were these things? They were like things that hold gas.
They were the tank for like a grill. They were the gas tank for
gas tanks.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she had like, a necklace
wrapped around her neck. Like your head is going to fall off of your body. You're going to decapitate yourself tonight.
They made it sound like necklace. They made the edit really made it sound like Turbo wasn't doing well. But they won, so he must have been strategic.
I never thought that he wasn't doing well. I was like, he is going to prove that this is the right strategy.
I agree. I thought, I'm like, after all this, after the way they're portraying it, they're going to win. Mm-hmm. But didn't it sound like every time they showed Turbo and Ninja that it was a talking head of Ninja complaining about how bad Turbo was doing?
Yes, because she was being annoying this episode. But I think it was just a red herring.
Right. And because, I mean, yeah. I love Turbo, man. He's so...
We don't deserve him. I would just watch the Turbo show. Can he just get his own reality TV show? And I would just watch that all the time. Kyle keeps injuring himself in any way, shape, form possible. Like, get it together.
He beat the crap out of himself this whole game. And they showed every injury because they need to show that because he's going to be up for elimination. We find out at the end, obviously.
Like his toe is going to fall off.
He broke his leg.
Because what is some of this shit? They got car doors, they got metal scraps, garbage cans, a refrigerator at one point.
A
stove.
Yeah.
Some heavy stuff.
Yeah.
Hunter tries to get like a 200-pound refrigerator on the wheelbarrow. He's still trying to get it, and that is like probably not the best idea.
Why didn't they just carry it together
breaks.
back? Why didn't they just carry it together back? If they thought that was the heaviest thing out there, if they just carry that one piece back together as a team, I don't know. What
then that takes a lot of time, and then I guess that's where time plays a factor.
Yeah. Overall, I loved this challenge. I thought it was fun. The drama was obviously there, and we can get into that in a second if you'd like.
Yeah, I thought Paulie and Georgia killed it together. Georgia proved her endurance, and she looked incredible out there.
It's so crazy to me because she is a very small in stature, but she's killing this season. Everything she does, she succeeds in.
I feel like she was like speed 15 on the treadmill at the gym. Like she was constantly, her legs never stopped. So let's get into Ninja.
The first thing I want to say, because Ninja clearly is not thinking straight, it's a guy elimination. What the hell is she mad about? What is she mad about? She can't lose this week, and it's not like that's going to carry on. At least we haven't seen it like, oh, well, you got to go in next week. No, it's a guy elimination, and then the next challenge is a girl elimination. Ninja has no reason to really be mad. She was clearly caught up in the moment, but going into the day, her and the other girls must be like, hey, We're going to have a good time today. It's not a girl elimination.
And the shit she's doing was such secondhand embarrassment.
Banging a huge
You didn't
pole.
get your toy in Target at 4 years old, really? And then her excuse is, I'm yelling to the sky.
But she wasn't.
I'm allowed to yell into the ether. Yes, if you're like a 6-year-old who got told they couldn't have a second slice of cake, like, you
Yeah.
look ridiculous.
She was
I
clearly-
understand emotions get high in these situations, and you're very competitive, but you don't even know the results yet. That's
right?
the main thing. Like, maybe freak out if you realize you lost.
Like I said-
Or again, you're not going into elimination.
Right,
Like,
that's the thing.
down 12 octaves. Like, take it down.
This game was bananas. How could she even think to know that the other people had more weight in there than she did? Everyone was like, it was like a dust bowl
Yeah.
out there and just carrying crap.
And
She
it
had-
pisses me off that Turbo, rightfully so, can
whole
feel
time.
offended, though. But he's
Oh,
keeping
that.
calm. He's keeping calm. He doesn't say anything. And then finally, he says, okay, this is getting ridiculous. You're disrespecting me. And he starts to yell back.
A little bit,
Sure,
but
a
his
little
yelling
bit,
is not
right?
even yelling to me,
and
right?
then Dee's like, don't yell at a woman like that. And I'm like, what?
D's out of her mind tonight. D is actually almost worse than Ninja tonight to me. D, I don't know what she was talking about half the time. Let them
There's
do their
no
own
reason,
thing.
as much of a feminist as I am, there's no reason to play the gender card there at all. She's being crazy. She's freaking out on him. He has the right to defend himself and yell back. And plus, he's not even doing it aggressively. He's sitting down.
That's my thing with the whole thing. He's literally just talking to her, and then he has all of a sudden 2 people yelling at him.
Yes.
And he's like, whoa, what did I
Yeah.
do to you? And, he has broken English. He's really just trying to explain. He's like, just leave me alone. I don't want to,
Yeah.
why are you all yelling at me? And he's really big. He's a big fan of respect. And he feels like he's being disrespected by 2 people right now, when in the entire challenge, every time Ninja yelled at him, he said, please trust me. We're going to win this thing. We're going to be fine. And she did not trust him that whole time.
And Georgia made such a good point. I think it was Georgia saying people don't realize like how sensitive he is. And cut to Tribunal, and we see that they're the second team called that they made it. And then just like, oh my god, LOL, like trying to like elbow Turbo. Like, isn't that so funny when I had that like freak out before and I made you feel like complete garbage? Like, it's so silly now,
Yeah.
right? And Turbo's like, fuck this. But he started crying.
Yeah.
And I felt so bad for him.
I did too. And then even Ninja started crying because she's like, "Oh my God, look at what I did." I wonder if they lost, if she would have had that same reaction, though, or would have she said, "I told you so"? Would she have been so apologetic in the bar later? We'll never know. But that was interesting. But you and I think, both agreed that Ninja did realize she was wrong, and we
At
saw
least
that
you
later.
knew. I said, at least you know you were being an ass.
Oh my God.
Because towards the end, she said, I feel like a bad person.
Right.
I took out this anger on him and he's crying. But we'll see later on that lasts for all of like one apology at one dinner or one night
Yeah.
at the bar is all that it extends to until she's right back to not caring.
I mean, did you think that he should have accepted her apology after she did apologize like 10 times? At this point,
I know,
Turbo should have
that's
just...
what-
Most people would just be like, I won't forget, as they'll say to the talking heads, I never forget, but I forgive her now. He should have just forgave her.
Yeah.
But again, he like Theo said, because I like Theo here too. Theo was like, look, I thought I was willing to hold a grudge, but Turbo's next level. Like, I would
Yeah.
have let this go by now, which he should have just
That's
let
what
it
I was
go.
going back and forth with too, now that we're on the subject. When they were out and she comes over and she's crying. You can tell it's heartfelt. And
Yes.
this is where I'm like on the fence, because if somebody does apologize to me, I appreciate that they apologize, and I'm gonna probably forgive you like 9 out of
course.
10 times. But I don't know if you're really that hurt, because you think about it, he just doesn't show his emotions as much as she does.
Yeah.
So he's just as hurt, and he feels so disrespected. That should he hold strong to this? If it's like, wow, I saw your true colors, and you're not somebody that I need to be friends with anymore going forward.
I just feel
He can
like
do that,
I
but-
feel like the respect factor with him is so much deeper than it is with a lot of us. A lot of us just let stuff go and like let bygones be
Yeah.
gone. He holds it so damn close to his heart. I don't think he can get over it in that night. It was clearly that night because Kyle still had paint all over his face at the bar.
Yes!
So that event, it wasn't like 3 days later. It was the night after that challenge, I believe. I mean, why wouldn't he wipe that paint off?
Yeah, Kyle was working that paint.
He was
With
working
his
that paint.
black and blue toe, paint all over. His hair is still growing.
His toe looked
He's
disgusting.
turning into Rapunzel more and more every episode. But I'm becoming a fan of Kyle. But yes, back to this Ninja Natalie Turbo situation, and then D again chimes in, and I get it
Oh my God, yeah.
because you want to defend your friend, and you always want to make sure that your friend feels like you're in her corner. But at the same time, she is getting too wild. Like, it's one thing to be like, okay, let's break it up now, or Ninja, come with me, I'm your friend, I got your back. But to then insert yourself into the situation in a way that, like, you're embracing or almost bringing on this different added layer of conflict. It's just unnecessary.
And
like,
she's...
Pipe down.
She's lying too. She's like, Turbo, stop yelling at her. It's like, I'm just sitting here. Like, what do we do? Like, she's blatantly lying.
Yeah.
Come on, D. What do you? I totally get wanting to stand up for a friend, but there's a line where you get to you bring your friend aside and say, hey, look, he's not feeling it right now. He's not even being the aggressor here. He clearly can't even look at you. Just let it go for another day.
All she's doing is being a one-sided friend and telling Ninja what Ninja wants to hear.
But
again, so Ninja's 1 second pouring her heart out, crying, and I do feel bad. Maybe Turbo should have been like, let's give it some time. Let's relax.
I think he
didn't have to be as hard as he was. But then it's like 5 minutes later, Ninja washes her hands clean and says, well, I tried, and now he's dead to me again. If you felt that bad, you would know to give it some time, and maybe you guys can make this thing work.
Well, and that brings me back to the whole thing is if they did lose that challenge and didn't win it, I don't think Ninja would be
as
apologizing, say,
yeah.
hey, I know I blew up earlier, but I want to apologize for that even though we did lose. No, you're doing it now because Turbo was right that whole time, and now you're like, holy crap, I went crazy.
Silly.
Yeah, silly, yes.
Silly. So the other people in the tribunal, Paulie and Georgia, congrats to them, and Wes and Davon. The pair that we didn't know we needed, but we needed, and I'm happy that they made it work and they got this.
I mean,
together.
the producers got me. They set it up so bad, like, because they were using all Day's great lines where she has asthma and all this. She said, I'm not good with endurance, and Wes is like, oh God. But they did great. Clearly.
So some other house drama that happens tonight. Did you think Hunter was gonna leave?
No, not per se. And here
I thought he might pack up his cowboy boots.
You thought so?
And be outie.
Let me tell you this. I never agree with Kara either. I'm not a big Kara fan. When Kara spoke the truth tonight. She's like, every time someone says they're going home, they ain't going home, or they usually don't. Like, and Hunter wasn't going anywhere.
You don't think so?
No, I didn't buy it for 1 second.
I feel like he's been mentally checked out this entire season. So I was like, you know what? Maybe he just might.
Yeah, I don't.
But don't worry, he pulled out his Every Given Sunday sports speech in his confessional again. He's not a quitter. He's never going to be one.
Yeah.
He loves his inspo. I feel like he is hashtag Monday Motivation on Instagram every time he hops into the confessional.
He whipped out his nice line that the producers probably handed to him with the straw that broke the camel's back. I was like, oh,
no, that's
God.
not producing. That's Hunter.
Is that Hunter?
That's Hunter.
All right.
Down to his core. But he decides he's going to stay, so that happened for 30 seconds tonight.
Yay.
What else happened? We see Paulie plotting. First off, he has a composition notebook in his hand. Did anybody else catch that?
He had a comp notebook?
He had a comp notebook.
He had a little comp notebook?
He's back to his old comp notebook days. And I'm like, what is he doing with this
He's writing down his
notebook?
strategic moves, Jenna.
At first he said something about he was plotting. I'm like, is he really like writing a diary entry about his plans here? And he's seriously threatening throwing himself in when he's safe to go to the final almost. He just has like another elimination or another challenge he has to win, and he's basically going to the final, and he's throwing out like how he just can't wait to get his hands all over Kyle.
What is it usually? It's 3 guys and 3 girls, right? There's 5 guys left right now. There's 2 that are going to go into this elimination at the beginning of next week's episode, so there'll be 4 left. So he's 1 away if he doesn't put himself in.
To me, it seems like he's blowing smoke for camera time.
Heck
I'm like,
yeah.
you know what you're doing, Paulie. You know that you're trying to be the next poster boy of the challenge.
I mean, this is a prediction, but percentage chance he goes in is...
Wait, no, we didn't get to prediction yet. And Josh has to give us our jingle.
All right, don't do the jingle, Josh.
Don't do the jingle yet, Josh. Not yet.
Don't jingle it.
So let's then cut to elimination.
Okay.
So now we're all at elimination, and we see that it's going to be a bloodbath type of one.
The hall brawl.
The hall brawl.
The classic.
The classic.
Love me some hall brawl.
Hall brawl classic.
Yep.
We got a narrow hallway that obviously only one body can fit in,
That's
and
right.
it's just going to come down to 2 people probably transferring a ball or an object from one side to the other.
If Hunter goes in there, he might have to run sideways. He's pretty wide.
They're all of them.
Well, I think Kyle and Theo are a little more slender, a little more trimmed up.
Slender men.
Well, I'm just saying Hunter's a little more girthy.
Yeah.
That's all.
But we see Paulie doing these psychotic exercises to get himself pumped up. He's doing these like
he's kissing the ground. He's kissing the ground while he does like some weird.
He's getting his like fast twitch muscles warmed up by jumping like 7 stairs at a time.
Yeah.
And then he's doing like upside down push-ups.
Yes.
So we see him like getting pumped up and ready. They're all the guys are in the gym getting their swole on before the elimination.
Yeah, Kyle and Hunter in there.
And now it comes time, Paulie, to put your money where your mouth is. So predictions, hit us up, Josh.
There it is. There it is. I'm sorry.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
All right, elimination cliffhanger. Wes is on the timer, and he gets to pick someone to go in, but he says first, is somebody going to offer themselves up for tribute?
Yeah, and why do you think he did that? Like, he just wanted to...
Because he wants Paulie to be gone.
Because
if Paulie can lose by offering himself...
I just think it's so funny that, I don't know, we see Paulie, getting all hyped up, and then conveniently the next shot they show is Wes, like, hey, Paulie.
Hey,
so you doing those sweet push-ups?
Yeah.
No, I want to hear your percentage of if you actually think Paulie's going to go and what the percentage of that's going to be.
I'm very torn because honestly, this could be the most Paulie move of all time.
So go 50-50.
Because he's so headstrong, he's so confident, and this has been his phrase, his catch line from the very first episode of the challenge is how if you're a man, you get it done yourself.
Yeah.
And you should always volunteer and enter yourself. But I don't think he's gonna do it. I think it's blow and smoke for the cameras, and I think when it comes down to it, he's this close, and I think this whole thing with Kyle is now just a joke at this point.
Yeah.
It's like this weird flirty relationship that they have. And I think, conspiracy theory, I think he might even be a touch intimidated by Kyle because Kyle is beasted in all these eliminations.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to never admit that out loud, but why wouldn't you be?
I think he might be.
And
I
you
think
gotta
he
be
likes
nervous.
this like flirtation, this like, we're enemies, but we're actually like best friends. So I don't think he's going to go in. What do you think?
There's 1% chance he goes in because I can never say never, right? But
Okay.
it's a 0% chance. He will not put himself in that position. It's
Right.
so dumb. You're 2 dudes away from winning $750,000 possibly.
So who do you think is going in?
Well, the only choices are who we got? Kyle, Hunter,
and
Theo. And whoever gets voted in by the tribunal
And
gets
it's
to then
Wes,
pick one.
Paulie, and Turbo voting.
Well, Paulie's going to go for Kyle, so there's 2 votes for Kyle already because whoever's with him probably just throwing
I think
Kyle.
Wes is going to go Theo. And then so
Okay.
comes down to Turbo. Is Turbo going to go
Turbo can
Kyle,
go.
Theo.
Turbo can go Kyle too. Well, then he. Whatever.
He might. I don't think he has any allegiance to Kyle.
I'll pick Kyle to go in, and Kyle can go again. Kyle will then pick. He won't pick Hunter.
I think Turbo
So-
might go Theo because Theo hasn't been in the elimination.
So who's
yet.
going to go down there first is the question. You think Theo or do you think Kyle? Because that's the first thing you have to decide, and then they get to pick somebody else. Because that all depends. They could pick.
I don't think Hunter's safe. I think Hunter's going to be in the elimination next week.
So you think he's going down first into the?
I don't know.
Okay,
Now you're asking
I'll
too
say,
much.
I'm picking Kyle to go down there first, and then Kyle's going to look up there, and all he has is Hunter and Theo to go after, and he's kind of teamed up with Hunter, so I'll say he
gotta
picks
pick
Theo,
Theo.
and then it's Kyle and Theo.
That's very rational.
And then
That's a
Kyle,
good
and then
prediction.
here we go. Kyle's way too beat up. Theo's going to kick his ass
Good prediction.
because he's just too beat up. The producers are purposely
I don't
letting
think
us
he's
know.
that beat up. I think he's
Did you
milking
see
that
his toe?
Yeah.
That toe is important. I don't know if it's that important. I don't know. It's like the pointer toe.
Is there a thing that like if one of your toes get cut off, like you can't?
Yeah, I think
walk
it's like your
a
pink.
certain
It's
way
like
anymore?
legit. If your pinky toe's gone, you can't walk. You gotta get a replacement
that is
pinky toe.
So screwed up. That's wild.
Yeah.
All right. The other prediction question I wanted to ask you is: we
geez.
see the teaser next week. If whoever wins that that daily challenge, I guess if you're in the tribunal or if you win, you go straight to
The
the
airplane
final.
thing, right.
And it's jumping out of an airplane. So given the challenge and given that you go straight to the final with those stakes, who do you think one guy, one girl to go straight to the final after next week's
Do you
episode?
think the only thing is jumping out of an airplane though? They would look like the airplane was spinning.
I don't know, but that plays a factor because if somebody's scared of heights, it's obviously they're going to be delayed.
Yeah, I think what's going to happen in next week is because I really have no idea. They're strapped in. Maybe they're like strapped in really hard, and they have to, and as it's circling, unstrap themselves and then jump out, and then whoever jumps out first wins. I have no idea. But if I could pick 2 people, I'm going to pick Wes just because I like Wes. And,
Wow, strong argument.
Yeah, right. Everyone's going to say that.
Wow.
Well, I mean, we got to pick who we like to see in the final.
So D.
I'm very upset with D this week, so I'm not going to pick D. Who else do we have? What other girls can I pick?
Cara, Georgia,
I'll pick
Davon.
Paulie. Oh wait, he's not a girl. I'll pick Georgia and get crazy.
I was kind of thinking Georgia as well.
She don't care at this
I
point.
think she's just so exactly.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's the people who are just the craziest who
Yeah.
make it the furthest because they have no fear. Kind of leaning towards Georgia as well, and I think Turbo. I think Turbo might go straight to the
that might be a
final.
better pick than West for sure. Yeah.
TNG.
TNG
Some
going there.
TNG going straight to the final.
Yeah, I think those are
Well,
great.
We shall see next episode. We have some time for a little bit of news and gossip.
Oh yeah. Great.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Okay, a little bit of news and gossip, and thank you for tweeting this over here. This is from Machu X019. Thanks, girl. So X on the Beach season 3
Woo!
is gonna start filming. Dan, I know you're a big fan of the show. Have you seen?
You sound sarcastic, but I'm a huge fan of
No,
X.
I love the show as well. Please, let's not get it
You sounded like
twisted.
you were saying I'm not a fan.
No. Let's not get it twisted. I love X on the Beach as well. But have you seen some of the casts and spoilers?
I did, and some of them are really good, but I just forget. So why don't you just tell me so I don't have to sit here and look at my
speculated, but I mean we're pretty sure at this point if it's on the internet it's true, right? We all know this. So we see it looks like Marie Rhoda is going to be on X on the Beach 3.
Nice.
Trying to think of who her ex is.
I don't know. Has she ever dated anybody on the challenge?
Same with Devin Walker.
Oh, I love Devin. Yeah.
Looks like Devin's going to be on X on the Beach also. I wonder if they're...
Have you seen how ripped Devin got? If you watch some challenge stuff, he's working on his six-pack. He looks good. He looks ripped.
He's been starting to get more muscular every season, but I haven't checked in on him
He's
lately.
looking good. He's got the muscles going.
Yeah, I'm wondering if because I knew he was in a long-term relationship, I think, with a girl... like a non-reality TV star girl. So I'm wondering if she's going to be brought on.
I'm hoping they pick the girl that he kind of screwed over on Are You the One, who didn't end up being his perfect match, but he treated her kind of crappy.
Who's
so
that?
I'll never think of her name.
Think of her name.
But he treated her very poorly, and that would be cool if they got reunited. So maybe that's who it is.
Yeah, I like that. Hopefully something like that does
Do you have any
happen.
other people that are on there?
I do.
Great.
Not challenge people, but Aubrey O'Day.
Oh,
Danity Kane,
is
right?
Paulie D going to go on with her then?
Could you imagine?
Oh, I hope it's Paulie D. I love Paulie D. He's the
Double
best.
Shot of Love 2 is on right now. It's
Great
incredible.
show as well.
The girl from Teen Mom, Elena Davies. Oh, no, sorry. That's Big Brother. Oh, my God. She looks like the girl from Teen Mom.
I don't watch
She's
Teen
from
Mom or Big Brother, so yeah, I don't know.
I remember this girl from Are You the 17, Kenya Scott.
I got to see a picture, but yeah.
Who else we got? got?
What? Yeah, okay, keep going. I'm sorry.
Devin. Oh, wait. I said Devin
There's
already.
someone else I'm trying to think that I did see that was going to be on, and I was like,
Tevin Grant. He's also from Are You the One? And him and Kenya were a thing, so that makes sense. I don't know any, but I don't know these
They
people.
had an interesting relationship.
I don't know who. Do you know Jalise Ann Rodriguez?
I got to see pictures.
I don't know who that is.
I see pictures,
All right.
but it's fine.
Okay.
No idea who that is.
Okay.
Oh, that's Aubrey O'Day. Oh my God, has she changed her
Aubrey
look?
O'Day, man.
Oh, she was also on. Oh, she's on Big Brother 19. She was also.
They're-
This girl was also on Are You the One?
Aubrey O'Day is like the Farrah of this season. Like they keep trying to bring in that like
Mm.
headline name. Oh, headline. Oh no, Showstopper was a Danny Kane song. I was
Mm.
just playing on words. So we got some more tea. Lily and CTT.
Yes, we do.
You got the tea.
Well, I saw it on Instagram under one of our challenge tea that Lily took down her CT's last name, Tamburino,
Yeah.
from her Instagram, or was it Twitter?
Dang, girl. Insta.
And then she also took down a lot of their, if not all of their pictures together, and then I immediately group texted you guys, and that's all we know so far.
Immediately,
I did.
We had to get to the bottom of the case. And I saw that she was also posting all of these quotes about like being free
Yeah.
and being happy on your own and independence and freedom and all this stuff.
Well, thank goodness CT got his free wedding and free wings provided by MTV, so that's nice.
It's just crazy what social media means now. Like you can tell so much by someone's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook status, and you don't want to read too much into it because we have no idea what's happening.
They got
really in
married
their
like
life.
8 months ago.
But I mean, if you deleted all your pictures with your husband,
Come on, yeah.
and you took his name out of your bio, like something's happening.
What are we
there.
doing here? You're not having a good time with him.
It's such a gross like culture now that we can tell everything about somebody's life based off like what their social media is.
I mean,
at
like,
that
there's no
current
way
time.
this is a correct conspiracy. Do you do this to get some traction going back with you guys? Because they
hope
need to
not.
keep their storylines going, right?
I don't
Even
think
when
she
they're
has
not
a
on the show.
storyline ever.
Well,
She's not-
CT
yeah.
does though. CT's her storyline. And
Poor
her-
CT though, and they have their kid. It's
they got the
kid
kiddo
together.
Yep, they do.
That was short lived.
No, sure.
But we don't know for sure. Maybe they're just going through a rough patch. But then don't delete all your pictures if it's just a rough patch.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hot and heavy tea this week, y'all.
Hot and heavy.
Hot and
Steamy.
heavy tea.
Steamy tea.
Steamy. I'm excited for next episode. We should have Pam and David back with us.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else for tonight before we shut this thing down?
No, I just overall I enjoyed the episode, and I'm looking forward to next week. And God, please let that elimination be better than anything. Will be
It's
better.
gonna be.
Anything will be better. It's a hall brawl, so
The
we already know.
producers knew. They're like, all right, we pulled some BS with this ridiculous tape elimination. Now
Right.
let's bring in the big boys. Let's get the OG elimination back.
Will the hall brawl be best 2 out of 3, or will it be 3 out of 5? What will it be? I'm thinking 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3.
And you think they got to ring that bell at the end? We have to die for it, and it gets real exciting.
And then it's probably going to go for like 6 hours, and then we only see 1 minute, and then they go for multiple rounds, and there's like a tie at one point, and then we never know, and then all this stuff comes out on Twitter from the cast members after.
My God. Were they back to back? I don't know.
And then someone like had a technicality and something happened.
Someone will be blamed.
Kyle's toe actually falls off.
Yeah.
And they never show it.
The producers didn't want to get in trouble, so they sewed it back on there.
It's a
and
huge liability.
They wouldn't let him take his shoe off.
He's just walking around toeless. He has an infected, amputated toe.
Poor Kyle.
Wow. Can't wait.
Man, Kyle went from we all hated him to we all loved him. There was always a part of me that
Maybe
liked
his
him, though.
toupee will fall off
God.
in the elimination.
Like I told you, he got a really tight, tight haircut now, so he's doing it.
What else might happen?
I don't know.
Hunter breaks out some like line dancing moves to get through that hallway.
I'm telling you right now, after all these things, all this BS that Hunter's doing, he's going to make it to the finals. I don't know how he's going to place in the finals. I really think him and Wes are going to somehow pull off as 2 of the guys making it to the finals. I
So
really
it's
do.
like reverse curse. So Banana steals the money from Sarah. He never wins a final ever again. Now Hunter gets the money stolen from him.
Yeah.
So automatic.
And I'm not
final
saying
win.
he'll win, but I think that, maybe second and third place are going to get something, right? Or is it all or
I don't
nothing?
know.
Because I hate that all or nothing. Give them, they made it so far.
Nothing at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
I know the rest of that song.
O-Town.
There's nowhere else to fall.
Yeah. We're falling off
When
here.
you reach the bottom, it's now or never, guys.
This is
just so
what
you
we
know.
do when there's only 2 of us, and now we have so much time to talk. We still have a whole 4 minutes, but we're probably just gonna wrap
All
out
right,
now.
real quick then, since we have 4 minutes, give me your top 3 girls and your top 3 guys to make the finals, because we're that
Okay.
close.
Okay,
I'll tell you mine real quick. We'll do guys first.
Well, you asked me first.
Okay,
so
go. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
Are you?
I get
How rude is this?
I get excited.
Turbo, you.
I get. Wait, Turbo
God,
and me are
you're
gonna make it to the
sexist.
finals? No, Turbo and me are making it to the finals. That's all I heard.
Dan Lindgren, David Christopher, and Pamela Gross are definitely all going to be in the finals.
Good.
Okay, final girls: Georgia, Cara, and Ninja.
So positive. D, Ninja, and my girl, Georgia.
Okay, men, the manly men: Paulie, Turbo.
You gotta put Wes in, no?
I'm thinking about it. Wesley.
You're going Wesley.
Stillskin Wesley.
Oh
Okay,
God.
how about you?
I'm gonna go Wes and Hunter, and then it's hard for me to go against Turbo, but it's either gonna be Turbo or Paulie as far as I'm concerned. But I'll say
Wait, say it again?
Wes and Hunter for sure.
Oh,
Because they're
okay.
working as a team. I really just think that Hunter's. I have to believe that his mojo is something has to. He lost so much money.
You're just standing your favorites too much.
No,
You're
no,
being blinded.
Hunter
by your
is
bias.
not my favorite this season at all. By the
Okay.
way, he just it is what it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, Wes Hunter, and I'm gonna go. I want to say I hate
Oh my
Paulie so
God.
much. Turbo.
Wow. We shall see who's right.
We shall see.
All right, let's get out of here.
Let's get out of
Thank
here.
you guys so much for joining us. My name is Jenna Bussier. I'm on Twitter at Jenna_Bussier. Till next time, till episode 13. Tonight has been episode
Woo!
12, Lost in Translation. We're the world. The challenge at AfterBuzz TV.
The Dan Lindgren on Instagram. Hit me up on Instagram. It could be a lot of fun. We'll chat in the DM section. I'll write back to you. Why not? I got no one else to talk to. Besides Jenna.
And
Yay.
Snowball.
And my
And
friend's
everybody
dog, Snowball.
follow the Dan and Haneri show on Instagram.
It's
hilarious.
It's Dan and Haneri. That's the
Dan
name.
and Haneri.
It's Dan and Haneri, right?
It's funny.
Thank you so much, Jen. I appreciate that. All right, bye, guys.
Bye.
Have a great week. See ya.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.